So, I've got something cool for you today. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Talk English podcast, your go-to place for not just learning real, natural English, but for growing through life's biggest questions. I'm John.
And I'm Sarah. And today, we're diving deep into a feeling many of us experience but rarely talk about. Have you ever felt stuck, like you're standing still while the world rushes past you? Or maybe you're doing all the right things, but something deep inside just feels off, like you're on autopilot? If those questions really resonate, then this episode is for you.
Absolutely. Today's conversation isn't just about English. It's about unlocking that inner voice, finding clarity, and taking those crucial first steps, all while naturally absorbing powerful English. We'll explore why we sometimes feel lost, how to find our way back, and you'll pick up some incredibly useful vocabulary, phrasal verbs, and idioms sprinkled throughout our chat. Plus, we've got some great resources coming up, including a special link to help you train your ears for English fluency.
So settle in, maybe grab a warm drink, and let's get into it. Here's our first, thought-provoking question for today. What if feeling lost isn't the end of your story, but the crucial turning point?
That really hits, Sarah, because honestly, when you're feeling lost, it doesn't always look dramatic from the outside, does it? Sometimes life looks perfectly fine, routine, normal even. But inside you feel like you're standing still, like the world is moving, and you're just watching it.
Yeah, totally. I've been there so many times. You wake up, you go to work, you talk to people, you smile, you tick all the boxes, but something inside you just feels off. It's like you're on autopilot, doing all the right things, but your heart, your real self, is somewhere else. It's an unsettling feeling.
It absolutely is. I remember a morning a few years back. I was sitting in my car, getting ready to walk into work. From the outside, everything looked perfect. Stable job, regular hours, friendly team. But that morning, I just sat there staring at the steering wheel. I didn't want to move. I thought, is this it? Is this how the next 10 years will feel? In that moment, wow, it hit me like a wave. That's when I knew I was truly off course. It was a real wake-up call,
I can completely relate to that feeling of being off course. For me, it was like walking through a huge maze with no map. Every turn I took just seemed to bring more confusion. I kept asking myself, am I doing the right thing? Is this really my path or just the one I sort of fell into? And the worst part was, everyone around me seemed to have it all together, like they had their own personal GPS and I had nothing. It was incredibly frustrating.
Exactly. That feeling of being stuck. It's uncomfortable, painful even. But honestly, sometimes that discomfort is exactly what you need. It's your sign that something needs to change. It's painful, yes, but it's also incredibly powerful. Because when you hit that moment, when you finally say, wait, what am I doing here? That's often the beginning of clarity. It's the start of something new.
And you know what often leads us off course in the first place, John? It's not always about making bad choices. A lot of the time, it's about listening to too many voices, except our own.
Yes, so many voices, right? Parents, teachers, friends, even random people online. Everyone seems to have an opinion on what you should do. Study this, work here, speak like this. And over time, without even realizing it, you start to stop hearing your own voice. You begin living by someone else's expectations, someone else's definition of success or happiness.
It's like there's a little compass inside you, your heart, your gut, your intuition, your instinct. But if that compass gets even a little bit off, just a few degrees, you can end up miles away from where you were meant to go. You follow the safe path, the one that looks good on paper, but deep down it just doesn't feel good.
Oh, that was absolutely me. In college, I picked a major that sounded impressive, not one I actually liked or had any real passion for. And years later, yeah, I had the degree, but there was no passion, just a lot of confusion and a fair bit of regret. I learned the hard way that chasing external validation rarely leads to true fulfillment.
And that's exactly why checking in with your inner compass matters so much. You have to ask yourself, am I doing this because I truly want to or because I think I'm supposed to? There's a huge difference between those two motivations. Often, the loudest voice needs to be your own.
Speaking of listening, if you're finding value in this conversation and want to sharpen your listening skills even more, we highly recommend checking out our video, Train Your Ears for English Fluency, Listen in Layers Intermediate Guide. You can find the link for that right above us now. It's a game changer for really understanding natural English.
It really is. But once you start hearing your own voice again, there's often something else waiting for you. Something most of us instinctively try to avoid.
Uncertainty, we all want plans, we want answers, we want control, you know? So when we don't know what's next, we panic. We immediately jump to conclusions or try to force an outcome. But here's the truth. Uncertainty isn't always a bad thing. In fact, it can be a gift.
It absolutely can. It gives us space. Space to think, to explore, to rediscover what actually matters to us. I remember when I left my job without a new one lined up. I had no plan B, just this strong, uncomfortable feeling that it wasn't the right place for me anymore. People thought I was crazy, and to be honest, I thought I was too. But those next few months, wow, they were full of growth. I read, I rested, I took walks, I learned new things, and slowly I found a new direction.
See, when things are uncertain, we become curious again. We try new things. We listen more intently. It's scary, yes, but it's also where the magic happens. It's the space between the old and the new. So, if you're feeling unsure right now, it's perfectly okay. You don't have to have all the answers. Just stay open, stay curious, and trust that something new is unfolding, even if you can't quite see it yet.
Okay, so once you've taken a deep breath and accepted that it's okay not to know everything, the next crucial step is looking inward.
Not at your to-do list, not at what others expect from you, but at what truly matters to you. This is where your values come in. And I don't mean big, complicated philosophical ideas, just simple truths. Ask yourself, what 3 things do I deeply care about in life? Maybe it's family, maybe it's freedom, maybe it's learning, kindness, health, creativity. If you're feeling lost, it's often because you've been drifting away from these core values without even realizing it.
I felt that so strongly. I remember a time I was so busy trying to be productive and checking off external goals that I completely stopped doing the things that made me feel alive, like writing for pleasure and having deep conversations with close friends. When I looked back, I realized I had drifted so far from what truly made me me. And when you reconnect with those values, things really do begin to shift. You may still feel unsure about the how, but now at least you're moving in a direction that feels true to your heart.
And once you know what matters to you, it's time to do something small, really small, because big change rarely happens all at once. One thing that really helped me was setting tiny goals, like truly tiny. On some days, I didn't feel like doing anything at all, so I told myself, just write 1 sentence today, or just take a 10-minute walk. That's it, no pressure for perfection.
I once set a goal to just get out of bed and drink a glass of water, and I'm not even joking. But you know what? That one small action gave me a sense of progress. And progress, no matter how small, builds confidence. It builds momentum.
Yes, we often think change has to be this huge, dramatic thing. But honestly, it's the small wins that truly move us forward step by step, day by day. Even something as simple as saying 1 sentence in English out loud each morning can shift your energy and build that momentum. So if you're feeling stuck, don't wait for a huge breakthrough. Start with 1 small, easy win today and let it build from there.
And hey, even when you're doing your best, some days are still tough. That's why having people around you, a strong support system, really matters.
Yeah, when I was feeling most lost, one of the best things I did was simply talk to a friend. Just one honest conversation, you know? I told him how I was feeling, even though I felt awkward and unsure. And you know what? He didn't try to fix me. He just listened. And that alone made me feel seen and understood.
Exactly. Sometimes just knowing that someone understands you, that someone is there, even silently, it makes a huge difference. Whether it's a friend, a teacher, a mentor, or even an online community, having someone to check in with can give you immense strength. And it's not about being perfect. It's about being supported. When you share your journey with someone, you also feel more accountable, right? You start showing up, not just for yourself, but because someone out there believes in you.
So, if you're listening right now and feeling alone, please, reach out. Send that message, make that call. You're not weak for needing support. You're strong for taking that step, you know? And if you're enjoying what you're hearing, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the Talk English podcast channel. Your support helps us create more content like this.
Even the small steps count. Yeah. And once you've taken that step, even if it's small, it absolutely deserves a little celebration. We often wait to feel proud until we've reached some huge goal. But what about the tiny victories? The quiet moments where you kept going even when it was hard?
I feel that so strongly. We remember our mistakes so clearly, right? But the good moments, the brave choices, we often forget them. Even something like getting out of bed when you didn't want to, or finally starting that journal, or asking someone for advice. That's a milestone, too.
Totally. I started writing a little lost and found journal last year. Nothing fancy, just quick notes. On one side, I wrote down moments when I felt stuck, confused, unsure, and on the other side, I wrote what I learned or found during that time. And wow, looking back, I realized I wasn't as lost as I thought. I was just growing. The detours and the moments of confusion were actually part of the journey.
I love that because even when life feels like a mess, it's still your journey. The detours, the seemingly wrong turns, they all teach you something. They make you wiser, more resilient, more human. It's all about gaining a new perspective, you know?
Exactly. So maybe today, just take a second to look at your own story. Think about a moment you felt lost and ask yourself, what did I find there? Maybe you found patience, maybe you found a new friend or a mentor, or maybe you found the courage to begin again.
Yeah, and that's worth celebrating. Not necessarily with fireworks, but just with kindness towards yourself. A small smile, a deep breath, a quiet reminder that you're still on your way. And that's enough. That gave me goosebumps, Sarah. I think we both needed that reminder today, too.
Absolutely. And we truly hope you found something meaningful in today's talk, whether it was a new thought, a shift in perspective, or even just the feeling that you're not alone.
And now, as always, it's time for a little help with the English side of things. Charlotte's here to break down some of the vocabulary we used in this episode, so if a few words flew over your head, don't worry. Charlotte will walk you through them in a simple, clear way. Maybe grab a pen and paper for this part, or just pay close attention to how these words fit into our conversation. Let's join her now.
Hey there, my lovely learners. It's Charlotte here, and I've got you covered. In today's episode, John and Sarah used some really helpful words and expressions. Maybe a few of them felt new or confusing. That's totally okay. Let's go through them together nice and easy. Stuck in the mud. This idiom means you feel unable to make progress or move forward, like your car wheels are spinning in mud. Example: I felt completely stuck in the mud with my career until I started learning new skills. On autopilot. This means you're doing something automatically without really thinking or being fully engaged. Example: he was living on autopilot, just waking up, going to work, and sleeping again. Hit me like a wave. This expression means something affected you very suddenly and strongly, like a powerful ocean wave. Example: the news of her success hit me like a wave of inspiration. Off course. This means you are going in the wrong direction or not following the intended plan. Example: after several wrong turns, we realized we were completely off course. Wake-up call. An event or situation that makes you realize you need to change something important in your life. Example: losing her job was a wake-up call. She knew she needed to find a new passion. Beginning of clarity. The point at which a confusing situation starts to become clear and understandable. Example: when I finally faced my fears, it felt like the beginning of clarity. Inner compass. Your intuition or sense of direction that helps you make decisions based on your true self and values. Example: always trust your inner compass when making big life decisions. Regret. A sad or guilty feeling about something you did or didn't do. Example: she quit her job too early and now she regrets that decision. Uncertainty. The state of not knowing what will happen, feeling unsure. Example: there was a lot of uncertainty after he moved to a new country. Curious. Wanting to learn more or explore something. Example: she was curious about painting, so she joined a weekend class. Values. Your principles or standards of behavior, your judgment of what is important in life. Example: for him, kindness and honesty were core values. Drift. To move slowly without control or direction, often used figuratively for people losing their way. Example: he didn't notice how far he had drifted away from his real goals. That's it for today. I encourage you to use a few of these words this week. Try to spot them in other podcasts or articles, and even better, try to use them in a real conversation or when you're writing in your journal. I promise you'll sound more fluent and confident in no time. See you in the next vocabulary breakdown.
Thanks, Charlotte. That was super helpful, as always. Honestly, even I learn something new every time she breaks things down like that.
Same here. And hey, if you're listening and made it all the way to the end of this episode, we just want to say we're incredibly proud of you.
Yeah, whether you're feeling lost, actively finding your way, or already on a new path, you showed up today, and that counts. Every small step toward understanding yourself and improving your English is a win.
Don't forget, you can download a free PDF with the full transcript, comprehension, and grammar exercises related to this episode, plus some thoughtful reflection prompts from the link in our description. It's a fantastic way to deepen your learning and practice.
And if you're looking for more ways to nurture your well-being while boosting your English, be sure to check out our video, Self-Care English Podcast, Unlock Your Body's Secrets Vertical Bar, Learn English. You can click on the link to your right now to watch that next.
We'll see you next time on the Talk English podcast. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep being kind to yourself.
Bye for now.